Hello and welcome back to Formula One My Team, part 18 here today for the Japanese Grand Prix. It is time to go racing at a track I actually like in this game. I used to hate Suzuka in the Japanese Grand Prix in F1 2019. It just felt so bad, but it's very good in this game. So here we go, filling out the activities. Seeing what upgrades we can make. We have $4.03 million by the looks of it to work with. And it looks like we're going to go for either something in the aero side of things or the personnel. And I think we go for the analysis suite or fitness center. We're going for the fitness center. Okay, so that will be our first Spec 2 upgrade on the team as we now simulate through the week, and we have a failed, looks like chassis upgrade. We just can't keep up with these other teams. Have to hope they stop upgrading or something for a while, or any R&D resets really get them. But working on through the week now towards the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. And now, as you can see there, the simulator's been upgraded. We now have a Spec 2 personnel side of things, which is pretty nice. Fleet Jack will now be improving more as we head on to practice for the Japanese Grand Prix. And yeah, things looking good here. I feel like we've got pace headed into this weekend's Grand Prix. We'll just have to see though. Next year it looks like we might have new regulations. It's bad that they haven't announced them yet, if they do, because regulations pretty much, you have to use R&D points to adapt to the regulations, and if you don't adapt any, they go away and you lose the performance at the end of the season. That happens here this season, considering there's only like 4 races after Japan and they still haven't announced any. That could be very bad. We might not be able to adapt them all if the changes are big enough. Hopefully it'll also screw over some other teams as we head on to qualifying. First run was pretty bad. We are last right now. Of course, maybe the track was drying up a bit more or something, but it's raining here for quali, as you can see. Headed through 130R into the final chicane. Looking good. Very fast car. And coming back to the line. Feel like we have a fast car for this week. It felt fast, it was good handling, but it's only P19. Ouch. Hopefully we could improve in the race. We're always better in the race than we are in qualifying, but I always feel like we're better in the rain in this game as well. But anyways, we'll see how the race goes once in-game Sunday comes around, so let's see how this season's Japanese Grand Prix goes.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Ise Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprise and wait for us today in the Japanese Grand Prix. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, and Robertson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
So now we're picking out the race strategy we're going to use and getting ready to head down to the race and the 5 red lights. It will be a 13-lap race here today, and it's time for the 5 red lights in the Japanese Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. A decent start compared to... Yeah, it wasn't a decent start. It was only okay, but 2 Haas's. We're going to go around the outside here, but we went over the curb, and we have an illegal overtake on Romain Grosjean. We let him get by there so we don't get penalized for it, but certainly not very good there. Kind of had to go wide. I didn't want to run into anybody here on the start. That would be bad if we damaged our car this early in. But now we just have to rebound and continue on with our race. Japan, since turn 1 isn't a hairpin, I feel is the toughest place to make up spots on the first lap and not crash. Turns 1 and 2, there's always a lot of AI crashes. If you ask me, that's the most common corner in any Formula 1 game for crashes to happen. At least any recent F1 games that I've played. I've at least played every game since 2018, and a big slide there is kind of glitched a bit. The stream, that is. Since I screen record this off of Twitch, since I don't have any screen recording, screen capturing software, but get on by K-Mag and Alexander Albon. Later on lap 2 then, we're pulling away. We're almost a second in front, and we're a second behind Kimi Räikkönen and Antonio Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeos. Pull up to Kimi here, but still over 1 second. And not in DRS range as we head into the final chicane. We kind of drive it in too deep in that. Gave us DRS, but still not going to help us since we don't have any momentum, and Kimi's super far in front. And as you can see there, this is like the very next lap. We've lost about 2 seconds to Kimi Räikkönen. Our tires starting to overheat a little bit, going away on top of that. No more grip. Here comes Alexander Albon. And Alex does not go for a move in the final chicane, but we hang on here down this front stretch. He's going to have DRS. Of course, Red Bull Racing does not have the strongest engine. So we'll see if Alex can get by here. No, he's too far back. But entering turn 1, you're going to see here. Through turn 2, we go wide, and that opens up the door for Alex, and we are back into P17. At least we're still up from our qualifying spot, but as we come around to lap 6, the pit window is now open for the medium tires. And yeah, so still, this car's not been handling the best late in the run, just because the tires have been going away and overheating. So now on our pit stop, coming in to fit the medium tires. The short races, the hard tires really are never needed unless you have to pit on like the first lap in like Silverstone or something, or Spain, China, someplace hard on tires. But yeah, everybody now pitting up ahead of us. It's like Daniel Kvyat stays out in the AlphaTauri. But yeah, in P20, and now more people coming into pit. Nick Latifi, Jack Aitken, K-Mag, I think, was coming in as now. Lost some of the footage. We're on the last lap now. Don't blame me, blame Twitch. You could always just go on Twitch at Firelinks to watch it, but that was a sketchy move. We got a bit of damage from that. From our teammate Jack Aitken, that just makes it even worse. Go a bit wide there through Spoon and headed down the straightaway towards 130R, one of the fastest corners on this circuit. Here comes Jack once again. Is the run and into 130R. He has the move completed. We make a big dive down the inside. We miss the final chicane. Luckily, apparently we went slow enough that we didn't get a penalty since this isn't strict rules. But it's going to be only P16 at the line. See me shaking the wheel there. I was shaking my wheel just because I'm a bit happy I got on past out, or Jack there. But Jack gets driver of the day. We finished P16, only gained 3 spots. Probably one of our worst results of the year. But those are the results. Charles Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen, Lance Stroll, Sergio Perez. Lewis Hamilton only gets 1 point and Valtteri Bottas DNF'd. Wow. The Mercedeses only get 1 point combined all week. Now that is rare, but here are the highlights. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day and consider liking and subscribing. It's free. Helps me get towards my goal of getting in whatever that program is to get monetized on YouTube, so I could have ads and stuff and make money off of this someday. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video, which, not sure what it is. The next video, the next race in our career will be the Mexican Grand Prix. Or actually, no, I'm pretty sure it's my home Grand Prix in the United States, Circuit of the Americas. Then I think we go to Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. And we go back to Australia to start season 2. So, not a lot of races left. See you next time.